Microsoft might hate me for showing you this, but Windows 11 has several settings that can track information about you to personalize ads, offers, and recommendations. So if you don't want that happening on your PC, here are 5 settings you should disable right now. And the first one might already be enabled. Before that, if you find this video useful in any way, like the video and subscribe to Geekamag. Let's start with the obvious one. Disable ad-related privacy settings. Right-click the Start button and select Settings. Switch to Privacy and Security. Under Windows Permissions, select Recommendations and Offers. Here you'll find several different settings. We are going to look at Personalized Offers. Allow websites to access my language list. Improve start and search results. Recommendations and offers in settings. Advertising ID. You can read the description under each setting to learn exactly what it does when enabled. If you don't want these personalization features, toggle them off. Keep in mind that doing this doesn't necessarily remove all ads from Windows or your apps. For example, disabling advertising ID prevents apps from using this particular Windows identifier to personalize the ads they show you. Let's move on to the next one. Reduce Start Menu Recommendations. Again, open Settings app, select Personalization, then select Start. Under Recommended section, depending on your Windows version, you'll find several controls here for recommendations and recently used content. Go through these options and disable the recommendation features you don't want. I'm going to turn off all 3. If your build includes an option related to personalized website recommendations, you can disable that as well. This won't necessarily eliminate the recommended section itself, but it can reduce the personalized and suggested content Windows puts there. Let's move on to the next one. Stop lock screen tips and promotional content. Again, go back to personalization. Then on the right side, scroll down and select lock screen. If you're using a picture or slideshow for your lock screen, look for an option similar to Get Fun Facts, Tips, Tricks, and more on your lock screen. If you don't want this additional suggested content appearing on your lock screen, turn it off. And if you're using Windows Spotlight, remember that Spotlight itself is designed to provide changing imagery along with Windows information, tips, and other content. So if your goal is a simple lock screen without this type of content, use your own picture instead and disable the additional tips and tricks option. Let's move on to the next one. Disable Windows Tips and Suggestions. In the Settings app, switch to System tab and then on the right side, select Notifications. Scroll down and expand Additional Settings. Depending on your version of Windows, you may find options such as Get tips and suggestions when using Windows, show the Windows welcome experience after updates, or suggest ways to get the most out of Windows and finish setting up this device. These aren't traditional banner ads, but they can be responsible for Windows showing additional recommendations, setup prompts, and suggestions. If you don't find them useful, turn them off. In my case, I'm only seeing the first option. Your notification center should be for notifications you actually care about. The last setting we need to turn off is very interesting. Check device usage. For that, in the Settings app, switch to Personalization and then on the right side, scroll down and select Device Usage. Here, Windows asks how you plan to use your computer. You may see categories such as Development, Gaming, Family, Creativity, School, Entertainment, and Business. At first, these options sound completely harmless, but Microsoft says your selections can be used to provide personalized tips, recommendations, and ads. For example, choosing gaming can result in recommendations related to Xbox Game Pass. Choosing business can result in offers related to Microsoft services. So if you don't want Windows using these categories to customize recommendations and promotional experiences for you, turn the categories off. What happens after you disable everything? Keep in mind, disabling these settings won't remove every ad from Windows 11 or block ads inside websites and third-party apps. What it can do is reduce personalized ads, recommendations, offers, tips, and other promotional content across windows. There's no single disable Windows ads button, which is why we had to change settings in several different places. If you found this useful, like the video and subscribe to Geekamag for more Windows 11 tips and hidden features.